Let's get started!
Oh boy, clever comrade. Are we really reviewing the MGR movie 3?
Yeah, but we are going through Megamind first. He's so hated by everyone that we just had to talk about him. What part of him is so bad, and why is that?
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, I used up all the budget on the visuals. Expect to see frame rate drops on our little segments.
Oh no, oh not again.
Alright, let's begin. The entire MHA Movie 3 review will take at least 3 videos. This one will cover Megamind. The next one will cover Doomguy and all associated original characters, and the final one will just be the overall rant, because this channel does nothing but MHA rants. So you may ask, the third movie came out almost half a year ago, why only now? Reason number 1 is because we only decided now. Reason number 2 is because all the other reviews we watched were uploaded during the days following the international release, and they are mostly spoiler free and too f***ing soft. And we want to see reviews tearing these to pieces. Reason 3 is
it was rated R. R.
You get the idea. Okay, we start with the villain, Megamind. He's a delusional idiot that's covered in a blue reflective force field and wants to rid the world of quirks. Because he's an unoriginal dumbass who stole Sandman's idea and didn't even give him credit for it. He also stole Intel's book ideas, and didn't credit him too. He also stole Stressman's terrorist organization with lots of sleeper cells scattered around. And since everything is literally Deadline's plan, he copied from him as well.
You know it's the truth.
So yeah, this guy's an amalgamation of already existing canon ideas. He copied so much stuff he made Scout look pathetic.
Clever comrade. What is going on with our favorite? I'm getting season 5 flashbacks.
I told you there's going to be frame rate drops. Aren't flashbacks supposed to be good? You get free Deus Ex Machina ass pull power-ups.
But I'm not fighting anyone.
They're gonna be useful someday. Let's continue. As with any usual character analysis video, we begin with Megamind's quirk, Reflect. It manifests itself as a blue force field surrounding Megamind. It stores kinetic energy in response to physical trauma, and then reflects it back while also preventing all kinds of knockback effects. Allowing him to stand there and not realize he's already taking hits, while he's busy comparing himself to others like him trying to make history. Naturally, it made his fight incredibly boring, with him just standing there and barely doing anything. On the upside, it got interesting to see what would Falcon do seeing his regular attacks are not working, but all my expectations dropped upon getting to this scene. Yes, Falcon just needs to f***ing punch harder. He hit the shield with the most powerful move he can do to completely shatter it, and since the hit didn't get reflected, Megamind took the whole hit. And f***ing lived, because he used his dehydration gun at the very last moment.
Old habits die hard.
Falcon knew how much firepower he used, and yes, he did plan to murder him right then and there. No black whip, no unconventional tactics, just pure straightforward firepower. Because he knew he can f***ing get away with it. Going back to Reflect, Megamind said it reflects everything, but he somehow has loyal followers, can convince quirked people to follow him, wear clothes, and hold a book, and the butt plug detonator. Maybe the only thing it can't reflect is
emotional, damn it!
Going further, why did he use Reflect as an excuse he repelled people, when Reflect means something must hit it first?
How's that?
So technically he's just a massive piece of shit and used his quirk as an excuse, which is exactly how Libra does. The only difference is that Libera's got obnoxious Mary Sue powers. So she's gonna be forgiven for her bullshit and Megamind will not. What the f? The background's wrong.
Now what?
The background got switched to a lower quality automatically.
I don't like this.
And now we got turned into still PNG images.
But I want to move.
No can do deadline. Budget's out.
Hello.
Oh hey there Miss Mindlayer. What do you think about our current situation?
So weird.
Yeah, we ran out of budget and now we got no animation.
Blue woman, we are out of cash.
True. That would explain everything.
You would think we can stop for a while and go rob some money. We can't do that. The show must go on.
When can I move?
We get there when we get there.
Why can you little person move?
I don't know. Let's continue. Next, we move on to Megamind as a whole. He wants to rid the world of quirks among other things. Which is why he got scientists and all that crap to create doom bombs for him, but not even once thought about using said scientists to create something that can remove his quirk altogether. Because he says he hates his quirk, or so he says.
That quirk was so useful. I just had to do it.
His plan makes zero f***ing sense. He plans to gas the planet, wipe out 80% of the population, and expect everything to still be fine the next day. It's going to be a major catastrophe, and sure as hell he's not prepared for anything. Food, water, electricity, and basically everything will stop. But based on the presence of an absurd amount of books in his main base, he probably plans to feed those books to his buddies. Megamind out here planning to return to God for some reason. I don't know how factual he is, but it's ultimately up to you if you think goats are superior to monkeys. But if ever he actually wiped out 80% of the population and remains stable, what's his next step?
Create a hero? Wait, what? Why would you do that?
So I have someone to fight. Minion, I'm a villain without a hero. A yin with no yang. A bullfighter with no bull to fight. In other words,
I have no purpose.
Jokes aside. While the first bomb is manually detonated, the next set has timers on it for some reason. If the main logic of the second set is to simply bait the heroes and then detonate them, then why the f do they have timers? Yeah, right, no, the heroes are also massive idiots who didn't even bring any biohazard protection. But if the heroes actually brought in quirks that can render those bombs useless within the time limit, what now? Even the bomb defusal chip made no sense at all. Megamind wants to get his hands on it, despite destroying it outright achieves the exact same thing. Even then, the chip's easily counterable. Megamind can just put socket covers on everything, misleading signs, carefully conceal the sockets, or even flex tape. Anything would work at this point. On the other hand, Falcon can just go around him and shove it where it belongs. Megamind has no counter to that. As well as Falcon flicking the chip to the socket. Falcon just decided to fight him and waste time for no f***ing reason than to create fake tension. More on his gas. He never weaponized it outside the doomsday bombs. Not a single hero wore biohazard protection in the entire movie. Imagine the nuclear trio rolling in and all the troops pulling out fart guns loaded with doomsday gas.
No.
Also, why is the entire doomsday device activation room so empty and undefended? No laser barriers, no laser turrets making barriers, no guards, no locked doors, no traps, and no nothing. Megamind himself didn't even react to Doom Guy entering the tunnel. Does he care about his bombs or what? Also, let's not forget his so-called pure quirkless troops. Yeah, they suck. They can't obviously match the genetically gifted and can't aim their guns for sh**. Not a single bullet wound occurred in the entire movie. Overall, quirks or no quirks, heroes took them down very easily. But what about the kidnapped people? They don't matter, they all cannon fodder now. And most importantly, what the hell happened to the butt plug detonator? It suddenly disappeared, so who's carrying it?
And worst of all,
He could be any one of us.
I can totally imagine a now captured Megamind suddenly clenching his butt cheeks and releasing a ton of gas. I mean a ton of gas from his bombs, not from his. Looks like the background's out.
What the
Holy shit, Deadline, did you just suddenly start speaking Japanese? Looks like sentence mixing's also out of the picture. I bet Miss Mindlayer's also speaking Japanese now.
より人らしく生きるた
Oh come on Miss Mindlayer, if there's a person here who should be used to still frames, it should be you.
君が僕を憎むように僕も君が憎いんだぜ。僕は君の師匠を殺したがでもねオールマイト
取材対象への遠慮なんて1年目で捨てちゃっただから迷惑なのよ後発の
笑顔はどうしたやはり楽しいな一かけらでも奪えただろうか
あなた今から丸裸よヴィラン連合に興味は皆無でもあなたは別少女の強行とその訳
食いて死ぬといいよ先生としても君の負けだ
Enough guys. Having Japanese voices and made up subtitles is not an excuse to have longer arguments. Let's continue.
やはり楽しいな
All in all, his quirk made his fight boring, and his ideals are completely nonsensical. Megamind's the most forgettable movie villain out of the three. Nothing about him stood out. He is exactly like you would expect a leader type MHA villain to be. He happily ignores his buddies going down. He gets all the cool toys. Not a single person in his team matters except him, and his members follow him around with no questions asked. Literally all MHA leader type villains are like this with no exceptions, and it's really f***ing boring at this point. Okay. But what if he had other plans all along? Which is why he never made sense. Saddle up guys, we are about to do something stupid. Okay, here we go. Megamind is heavily influenced by his own quirk, but he's not repulsive at all. The reason he rejected this chick is because she's not blue like he is. But he has to get a girlfriend or else his buddy Megamind will come knocking at his door at 4 in the morning and mock him about his lack of So he set out to find his ideal woman, and everyone knows the Megamind species are into human reporters.
We were smooching up a storm! Mwah, mwah.
In Megamind's case, because he's heavily influenced by his own quirk, he's going to try and find a blue reporter, but single female blue reporters at his age can be very difficult to find.
I can see that you're only interested in the exceptionally rare.
They could be anywhere in the world, so how is he going to find them? Simple, he readied a bunch of spy cameras and made some world f***ing news, while watching each of his cameras to see if a female blue reporter of his age is one of those reporting it. The first gas incident and the Falcon murderer fake news got him nothing, so he's forced to bring out the big guns. This time he literally pointed out the location of his bomb so every country is alerted. Megamind's sure he'll get at least one female blue reporter in his final push. He doesn't care about the destruction of his home base, all that matters now is him getting The bombs themselves have nothing in them, as proven by Megamind completely ignoring Doom Guy about to disarm them, as their only purpose is to bait out those blue reporters. Yeah, he failed. Turns out making a fake apocalypse is not the best idea for luring them out. All he got are heroes, and not a single female blue reporter. At the end of the day, Megamind's in prison, and he still has no Holy crap, we didn't even get any fancy screen sliding transition. Man, I didn't expect our lack of budget would eventually result to this. What the f happened to you guys? What do you expect? Budget so low I had to draw myself, and I'm at drawing. We are villains. We don't do budgeting. We live life as it is. Hey guys, no fighting. The video's about to end.
Rapidly approaching.
What the fuck?